is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws into their mind, and write them in their hearts. And I will be to them a God, and they shall be to me a people. And they shall not teach every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord. For all shall know me, from the least to the greatest. For I will be merciful to their unrighteousness, and their sins, and their iniquities will I remember no more. In that he saith a new covenant, he hath made the first old. Now that which decayeth and waxeth old is ready to vanish away.
According to the Holy Scriptures, Yahweh Shai, the Son of the Most High, is set to bring immortality to the nation of Israel, the elect, via establishing the tabernacle of David, as we talk about the second coming of who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. He is coming to take down this current world ruled by Esau, Edom, and establish a righteous kingdom, which is synonymous with the throne of David. That's scriptural, which is a government that's going to run this world in righteousness.
But now hath he obtained a more excellent ministry, by how much also he is the mediator of a better covenant, which was established upon better promises. For if that first covenant had been faultless, then should no place have been sought for the second. For finding fault with them, he said, Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saith the Lord. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws into their mind, and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a God, and they shall be to me a people. And they shall not teach every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord. For all shall know me, from the least to the greatest. For I will be merciful to their unrighteousness, and their sins, and their iniquities will I remember no more. In that he saith a new covenant, he hath made the first old. Now that which decayeth and waxeth old is ready to vanish away.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great example to our younger brothers, and peace and blessing, salutation, hopefully out there pushing his word and truth, and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect believers and listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. All right, well, I want to get into, all right, this evening, dealing with the 12 tribes. All right, because as we have, madness, going out, from this clown, Deacon Jephthah, okay, of one body. All right, pretty much, they are up there with GOCC, with the worst doctrine, amongst Israel. Okay, because pretty much they don't believe any goddamn thing. They might as well not even bring the Bible when they have their so-called classes, man. Okay, this guy doesn't believe in miracles. He doesn't believe in chariots. He doesn't believe, slave ships. The slave ships came over here. All right, we came on slave ship. He doesn't believe that the northern, all right, tribes are a part, of the fold. Okay, he doesn't believe anything, man. Okay, pretty much they just have a doctrine of doubt. It's worse not to know nothing than to have the understanding that they're pushing, man. It's better off to know nothing at all than to have, all right, the doctrine that they have, which is a doctrine of doubt, man. Okay, So we're just going to go through some things. We're going to get into some precepts and show you that the Lord is dealing with all 12 tribes. It was set up like that from the beginning all the way into the end. Okay, so let's go here. All right, let's go ahead and pull it up. This is, and it's always the same narrative all the way throughout the Bible. Okay, and if you try to deal with the southern kingdom only or Judah only, okay, there's a lot of prophecy that you got to discard. There's a lot of promises that you have to discard, man. Okay, now let's go here to the book of Genesis 35 and 9. It says, and the Most High appeared unto Jacob again, and when he came out of Padanaram, all right, and blessed him. And the Most High said unto him, thy name is Jacob. Thy name shall not be called any more Jacob, but Israel shall be thy name. And he called his name Israel. All right, Yasha Allah, he prince of the power. Okay, and what is he doing? He's establishing a dynasty. Okay, and the Most High said to him, I am the Most High Almighty, be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall be of thee, and kings shall come out of thy loins. Okay, you see that? A company of nations, speaking of the different tribes. Each tribe is likened unto a nation, and each tribe has a portion of the inheritance of world dominion. That's why I say kings shall come out of thy loins. Okay, and I will give, it says, and the land which I gave Abraham and Isaac, to thee I will give it, and to thy seed. All right, and who is the seed of Jacob? The tribes. You see, after thee will I give the land. Okay, because the Lord was establishing us as what? He said, kings shall come out of thee. All right, and let's go here. Exodus 19 and 5. It says, now therefore, if you obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant, then you shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine. And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests, okay, and holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. Okay, it's speaking to the whole nation, all 12 tribes. Okay, now you had going to the history of the northern kingdom, you know, they was heavy into idolatry and they went into captivity first. Okay, but the Lord will eventually still have mercy on them, man. Judah eventually went off and went into captivity. Okay, came back, you see, and was ran out under the Romans. Okay, and eventually all 12 tribes became scattered. Okay, but when you go here, let's get this. I'm gonna leave 1 Peter 2. All right, 1 Peter 2 and 9, it says, but ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood. Okay, this narrative never changes, man. And holy nation, a peculiar people, that you should show forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. Okay, because we was in the dark about the legacy we come from, the promises which was made to our forefathers, who we were as a people. Okay, we was in the dark about the standard of righteousness. We was in the dark about inheriting the earth, man. We was in dark about the 12 tribes. Okay, we was in the dark about these things, but the gospel has what? Shine light. The good news has shined light on these things, man. Okay, now let's go here, and then we'll just walk it down in the Bible on how it always has that narrative. You know, the Lord is dealing with that theme, okay, of the 12 tribes. Okay, so let's go here to this is the book of Sirach, chapter 44, verse 17. Well, I started 19. It says, Abraham was a great father of many people. In glory was there none like unto him, who kept the law of the Most High and was in covenant with him. He established the covenant in his flesh, and when he was proved, he was found faithful. Okay, he was willing to sacrifice Isaac. You know, that was his proving. You know, he was willing to do whatever the Lord required. Okay, that obedience and faith. that Abraham showed. Therefore, he assured him by an oath that he will bless the nations in his seed, and that he will multiply him as the dust of the earth, and exalt his seed as the stars, and cause them to inherit from sea to sea, world dominion, and from the river unto the uttermost part of the land, which Isaac did establish likewise for Abraham's father's sake, the blessing of all men, okay, which is all Israelite men, and the covenant, and made it rest upon the head of Jacob, okay. He acknowledged him in his blessing and gave him a heritage, and divided his portion among the 12 tribes. Did he part them? Okay, so now let's go and let's see how the Bible sticks with that same narrative all the way out. Okay, Jake tripping, man, but you know, hey, everybody gotta play their part, you know, and the Wali Habashim al Shah, that we're not caught up in this madness, man. The water Yahabashim al Shah for sound doctrine. Okay, now you go here to Genesis 49, okay, which from Genesis 49 and Deuteronomy 33, that's where, you know, you get the prophecy about the tribes. You know, Elder Ariel was in the spirit. It's like Elder Ariel was in the spirit, okay, when he went in, the Lord gave him that portion, you know, to put that 12 tribes chart together, man. You know, whether you believe it or not, you know, we believe. Okay, so we gonna deal with the believers, man. Okay, now this is Genesis 49 and 28. Okay, now this is after Jacob, all right, gave the prophecy of what would befall, you know, the 12 tribes. Okay, now when you read this at Genesis 49:28, it says, all these are the 12 tribes of Israel, and this is that their father spake unto them and blessed them, every one according to his blessing, he blessed them. Okay, so it was a blessing put on the 12 tribes. Okay, what will befall them? What, you know, it will give them, you know, it give us a token, you know, the condition, the state that they would be in, how we could identify them in the spirit, you know, and the spirit was working heavy, you know, with El Ariah, all right, to do what, man? To go into, all right, these prophecies and comprise their chart in the spirit, man, you know, and in the spirit, yeah, it's on point. Okay, now let's go from there. Now this is when the Lord is making a covenant with Israel. Okay, and what does it say? It said people, all right, or Israel affirmed their covenant with the Most High. It says, and he said to Moses, come up unto the Lord, thou and Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu, and 70 of the elders of Israel, and worship you afar off. And Moses alone shall come near the Lord Yahweh, but they shall not come nigh, neither shall the people go up with him. And Moses came and told all the words of the Lord and all the judgments, and all the people answered with one voice and said, all the words which the Lord have said, we will do. And Moses wrote, all right, this is our people agreeing, okay, to all the law, statutes, and commandments. Our people was agreed, you know, we agreed and said we will do. This was us coming into that covenant. It's like a marriage, you know, ceremony. Okay. And Moses wrote all the words of the Lord and rose up early in the morning and built an altar under the hill and 12 pillars according to the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay. So you see that thing? And Moses was like what? He was the mediator. Okay. Of this covenant, this first covenant. And it was still the theme of what? The 12 tribes. All right. So let's go to the book of Joshua, the 4th chapter. Okay. This is Joshua 4:1. All right. And it came to pass when all the people were clean passed over Jordan that the Lord spake unto Joshua, saying, because the Lord split the Jordan River for the children of Israel to cross over, just as he split, all right, the sea for Moses, he split the Jordan, all right, for Joshua, for our people to cross over. Okay, it says, take you 12 men out of thy people, out of every tribe a man. Okay, out of every tribe, out of each tribe, and command ye them, saying, take ye hence out of the midst of Jordan, out of the place where the priest's foot stood firm, 12 stones, and ye shall carry them over with you, and leave them in the lodging place where ye shall lodge. All right, this night. Then Joshua called the 12 men whom he had prepared of the children of Israel out of every tribe a man. Okay, and Joshua said unto them, pass over before the ark of the Lord your power into the midst of Jordan, and take ye up every man of you a stone upon his shoulder, according unto the number of the tribes of the children of Israel. Okay, same thing, that this may be a sign among you, that when your children ask their fathers in time to come, saying, what mean you by these stones? Then you shall answer them that the waters of Jordan were cut off before the ark of the covenant of the Lord Yahweh by Shem Shai. When it passed over Jordan, the waters of Jordan were cut off, and these stones shall be a memorial unto the children of Israel forever. And the children of Israel did so as Joshua commanded, and took up 12 stones out of the midst of Jordan. And the Lord spake unto Joshua according to the number of the tribes of the children of Israel, and carried them over with them unto the place, okay, where they lodged, and laid them down there. Okay, so we see what this same theme, all right, over and over, man, with the 12 tribes. Okay, even you go here to Ezekiel. Let's get Ezekiel, and we just walking it down through the scriptures, man. Okay, it's Ezekiel 40. All right, 47 and 13. It says what? The boundaries and divisions of land. Okay, all right. Hundreds, several hundred years later, and we still see what? The same thing. Ezekiel 47 and 13. Thus said the Lord power, this shall be the border whereby ye shall inherit the land according to the 12 tribes of Israel. Joseph shall have 2 portions. And Joseph is what? Ephraim and Manasseh. Okay? And a lot of times Joseph and Ephraim, all right, are interchangeable. Okay? But of Joseph came what? Ephraim and Manasseh, which had a portion amongst, the tribes, man. Okay? Because Dan, all right, will be faded out. Okay? Yahweh Shai would become the mediator, and the Levites, they will get in line, all right, and have a portion amongst the inheritance of the 12 tribes, man. Okay? And it says, and ye shall inherit it, one as well as another, concerning the which I lifted up my hand to give it to your fathers, and this land shall fall unto you for inheritance. Okay? So it's still based on what? The 12 tribes. Okay? The promise of the inheritance goes into what? Those 12 tribes. Okay? Which is their land, all right, and their dominion, their rulership. Okay? So let's go from there. Even when you get in the New Testament, all right, when you get into the New Testament, all right, Matthew 19 and 27. Okay, and see, if you listen to that doctrine with one body, you gotta disregard all this, man. You gotta throw this out. Okay, and pretty much, like I say, they don't believe none of the Bible, man. They take away something every week. Okay. Now this is Matthew 19 and 27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? And Yahushua said unto them, verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, the same theme, the same narrative. All right, let's get it in Luke. Okay, let's get it in another gospel, man. The 12 tribes will be established as the eternal rulers in the earth, man. Okay, the northern kingdom, those we all brothers, man. You know, some brothers, hey, it's a lot of northern kingdom men that you think will be Judah, man. Okay, there's a lot of brothers that look like Judah that's Gad and Reuben. Okay, this is Luke 22 and 28. It says, "Ye are they which have continued with me in my temptations, and I appoint unto you a kingdom, as my Father have appointed me." Okay, that ye may eat and drink in my table in my kingdom, and sit on thrones judging the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, there's going to be heads, all right, of each tribe. Okay, there's going to be top kings out of each tribe, man. The kingdom is going to be divided amongst the 12 tribes. Okay, you can't take that narrative out of the scriptures because it's all the way through from Genesis, all right, to the end. This narrative is all through the Bible. Okay, when you go here, who was James? Okay, who did James say he was writing to, man? Okay, James 1. All right, it's the book of James, chapter 1, verse 1. It said, James, a servant of the Most High and of the Lord Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. Same theme. You see? Every part of the Bible is always the same thing with the 12 tribes. When the Apostle Paul was being pressed by Agrippa, okay, what was part of his testimony? Okay, this is Acts 26 and 4, and this is him, all right, testifying to Agrippa. All right, says, my manner of life from my youth, which was at the first among my own nation at Jerusalem, know all the Jews, which knew me from the beginning, if they would testify that after the most greatest sect of our religion, I lived a Pharisee. And now I stand and am judged for the hope of the promise made of the Most High until our fathers, okay, going back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the fathers, until which promise our 12 tribes, instantly serving the Most High day and night, hope to come, for which hope sakes, King Agrippa, I am accused of the Jews. Okay? Apostle Paul didn't break away from the theme of 12 tribes, man. Nobody did that except Deacon Jeff. All right? Tripping. Okay? Let's go here. Get Revelation 21. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Revelation 21. Let's start at 10. All right. Revelation 21 and 10. It says, he carried me away in the spirit to a great and high mountain and showed me that great city, the holy Jerusalem, descending out of heaven from the Most High, having the glory of the Most High, and her light was like unto a stone most precious, even like a jasper stone, clear as crystal, and had a wall great and high, and 12 gates, and at the gates 12 angels, and names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Okay, this is post World War III, and that theme of 12 tribes is still all right, consistent, man. Okay, all right. This is you see, you know what the hell are you supposed to believe in, man? Like that's part of the expectation and hope to see all tribes, man. I wouldn't you see Issachar, man? The oppression they go through, what happened to the natives, the Reubenites, okay? Gadites, man, what happened to them? Those conquistadors did to our people, man. Okay, which it was part of, you know, of our punishment, man. But we all went through the same thing. Okay, It's gonna be a beautiful thing to see all 12 tribes, all right, in rulership, man, in their right mind. Okay. Let's go here. All right, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 7, verse 4. All right, and I said, I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. Okay, of the tribe of Judah were sealed 12,000, of the tribe of Reuben was sealed 12,000, of the tribe of Gad was sealed 12,000, of the tribe of Asher was sealed 12,000, of the tribe of Naphtali was sealed 12,000, of the tribe of Manasseh, all right, which is one of the sons of Joseph, was sealed 12,000, of the tribe of Simeon was sealed 12,000, of the tribe of Levi was sealed 12,000, of the tribe of Issachar was sealed 12,000, of the tribe of Zebulun was sealed 12,000, of the tribe of Joseph, okay, which Joseph is interchangeable with what? Ephraim, okay, was sealed 12,000, of the tribe of Benjamin, all right, was sealed 12,000, okay. This is end time prophecy. This is at the end, okay, because this is before the destruction comes. When you read, jump up to verse 1 and read through 1 through 3. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And they're holding back the destruction. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of the Most High in their foreheads. Okay? And this is the 144,000. Okay? Those 12,000 men from each tribe. Okay? Then the destruction will come. And see, it's a thing of faith. Okay? It's not about seeing each member of the 144,000. Just know this is going to happen before the destruction. But it breaks the 144,000 up into the what? 12 tribes. Okay? That's going to have the victory, all right, over the beast, man. Verse 9 says, after this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man could number, out of all nations and kindreds and people. And these nations and kindreds are speaking of the tribes. This is the rest of the 1/3 elect. Okay? So let's get this word kindred in the Greek. I think it's phile in the Greek. All right. Now, what does it say? It says in the New Testament, all persons descended from one of the 12 sons of the patriarch Jacob. You see that? The same thing. Okay, you can't get around it. Okay, those are the kindreds. All right, each member of the 1/3 is going to be a descendant of one of those 12 tribes. Okay, with the first fruits, the governing body are going to be those 12,000 top men of each tribe. All right, there's going to be joint heirs with Yahushua. Okay, and it says, and after this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man could number, of all the nations and kindreds and people and tongue, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes. All right, their pureness. We're going to be changed. Okay, glorified bodies. Okay, we're going to be clothed in righteousness, man. Okay, and palms, which represents victory, in their hands. Okay, so there's no getting away from, the theme of the 12 tribes. Okay, and it's just something I wanted to touch on, man. I just wanted to go into that, all right, for understanding sake, man. Because if they push, madness, man, the spirit gonna always edify, So Lord will you, brothers, and all right, you sisters was edified once again, and give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kakudash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great example towards younger brothers, and peace and blessings, salutations, and hopefully, shalom.